Good morning, Dave here, the Enlightened Plumber, with today's quote, and it is the biggest communication problem is we do not listen to understand, we listen to reply. The biggest communication problem is that we do not listen to understand, we listen to reply. And this is from Stephen Covey, so a well-known prophesizer of all these systems and processes and things and how we speak to each other. So this is awesome. And yeah, this is an absolutely huge one. Certainly I'm more about listening and trying to say less. You're trying to hear people, not to say that I am perfect and don't fall into this trap myself on occasion. But certainly when you go to have multiple conversations, say you're in a boardroom or you're having a team meeting or you're out with a group of friends, if you actually stand back and just listen to the conversations that go on, you can actually tell, even in deep, thoughtful conversations, that a lot of people who are in the moment, in the room, will actually not actually be listening to what's being said by the person asking questions. So if you've got someone who's asking questions or giving details or something like that, and they're looking for a response, you'll find that you'll hear this first little snippet out of a whole conversation, and then what happens is your reply is all about that first little snippet, because as soon as they said that, you haven't listened to any of this bit along here. All you've done has been going, oh, okay, how can I answer that one? How can I answer that one? Oh, I've got something I can say to that bit, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll wait till there's a gap, and then blah, 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 and they'll just come out and they'll splurt all this stuff out at you. And so what you'll find is a lot of conversations going on are actually a complete and utter waste of time because no one's listening. Because the person who asked the question in the first place is now listening to the response, and as soon as they've heard something there, they've made up their own mind, and it's like, forget it, I'm not listening to that, you didn't obviously hear what I was saying, and then they've got their own response before this person's even finished speaking their little bit. And it's very interesting to watch on occasion. The problem is that, well, being humans, we all kind of have our own interjection and thoughts, and it's like, oh, well, hey, we just throw that in there too. And you end up with this whirlwind going around of conversations that could have taken a quarter of the time if everybody actually listened properly and listened and gave it some thought after. And part of this is brought about, I think, by our natural abilities to not like silence. No one likes to speak and then leave a gap of silence. There's always like, oh, okay, who's going to speak first? Someone's got to fill the silence because it's awkward. So anyway, pretty much with that. So from here, take on the fact that try to listen to actually what's being said and then internalize it later rather than try to answer it while someone's still talking, right? Listen to what they've got to say. Because I've certainly heard a lot of conversations myself where people have completely missed the point or missed a crucial element of what someone said because they've been thinking of an answer to something that was said early on. And you know, part of that also comes down to the person might be speaking a little bit quicker or whatever else, but still, it's one of those things. It's very important to listen, and not listen to just reply. So the biggest communication problem is we do not listen to understand, we listen to reply. And with that, have yourselves an absolutely awesome day. Listen to all the great conversations around you and think.